Hello, hello. Good afternoon, morning, or night, wherever you're watching. This is the Tonie and
Tonie Show.
you. And we are back. 2025. Well, that was the last one back in 2025, but it's still 2025. So,
Yeah, unfortunately so.
yeah, unfortunately, no, no. You want to skip to
It's off
2026?
to a fairly slow start for me, but what do you do? What do you do?
What do you do? What do you do? So, how are you?
Feeling a bit better, mate. Yes, I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, yeah, good, good.
Excellent.
It's actually freezing here, but yeah, what do you do? It's winter, so
It's winter. It's cold.
yeah,
It's grey.
yeah, it is. So this time there's no fill factor.
We have a brief pause in the Phil Factor show.
Yeah,
It's
so should we rename this to the fill factor show? Actually, is that what you're saying?
well, no, we shouldn't.
No.
I'm really confident there's going to be a lot more contributions from other authors, and this is so. Here we have a new author for product learning, and somebody
Yeah.
I think if you're in the SQL Server community, probably his name, Denny Cherry. He's pretty well known in database security circles, and
Yes.
he's written
Yes.
a piece about essentially it's called database monitoring and security go hand in hand.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, it
And
is.
and so he's a guest author, and he's writing about the new features of Redgate Monitor, right?
Yeah, so the angle of the article is essentially that you kind of require 24-hour surveillance of your databases,
Mhm.
and you need to monitor security and performance kind of through the same pane of glass,
Yeah,
for want of a better phrase.
the single
So
pane of glass. Yeah.
yeah, so you need to be able to track permission changes, suspicious login attempts, changes in configuration settings that might seem a bit, even quite obscure ones, but actually could open up the surface area for attack on the server. Was that malicious, accidental? And you need to do all that side alongside like looking at also suspicious patterns of performance,
Yeah.
user
Yeah.
activity. So, are there a set of tables, perhaps they contain some sensitive data, strange spikes in activity on them that correlate with like a change in the security footprint of your server. Keep an eye on both of those, and you're likely to spot trouble much quicker, or potential trouble, and you can then investigate it. So that's what this is about.
So all those events you just mentioned, so from breaches to performance problems, all them together monitored through Redgate Monitor. That's
Uh,
actually what he's
yes, he's taken a look at Redgate
emphasizing on.
Monitor in that regard, because it has new. Previously, it was a performance availability tool. You could do security monitoring with custom metrics, but now it's built in permission tracking, compliance templates.
Okay, cool.
You can track logging attempts, and then so essentially he established this idea of like CCTV, performance and security, and then he has a look through some of the features that have been introduced and why they're important
Okay,
in that regard. So
okay, okay.
he talks about the Microsoft Blizzard attack as an example of why it's so important to track the population of quite powerful server roles, because somebody can sneak themselves onto it without you really looking, and that was essentially, I think, part of the Microsoft. I don't know the details, but that was essentially part of the Blizzard attack. So
Um, I ignore. No, I can't tell about that one. Sorry.
no,
I was involved, so I can't.
oh, no, oh, you heard it here first, chaps. No, he didn't. Tony had no involvement.
No, no.
No.
Okay,
But
okay. And it finishes up with the integration with the new Redgate Monitor
yeah,
Enterprise.
so he talks about the need for 24/7 monitoring again. So this is now you have high availability monitoring in Redgate Monitor. There's going to be no gaps in the data. You can't have gaps, obviously, if you want to be compliant. He talks about compliance templates
Hey.
that you can kind of say, I need to be compliant with this particular security framework, and you load up all the settings that framework suggested you should have set, and then it tracks for it alerts you for lack of compliance on any of your servers.
And I see a deep link directly to a pretty cool white paper, right?
Yes, yes, one of the best white papers I've ever read.
The one, yeah, yeah, one of
It's
the
got to be
best.
top
Yeah.
three anyway. Top 3 on the topic of an integrated approach to enterprise database monitoring and incident. It's by yours truly. It's worth a look.
Okay, you're the
I
you're
wrote
the
it.
author. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
A pretty decent reviewer as well.
Good reviewer.
Yeah,
I think
he's a
chap
good
named
chap.
Tony
Yeah.
Hauser and his friend Peter.
Well, Peter did most of the work.
Yes, he did.
I just sent the invoices. That's my job. Just kidding. But
Yes.
it's a very interesting white paper. You also wrote a small article on it, but this will link to the white
So
paper, right?
this section of Jenny's article is talking about the fact that the integration possibilities of Redgate Monitor for reporting and also integration with your notification systems, which is something the white paper explores in a lot more detail to set up like a scalable alerting system. And that's the article in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Tony?
Yeah. So
give it a read.
Give it a read. Go to Product Learning. Check out this new article. And like Tony mentioned, there are new articles coming up from different authors than Phil Factor. So please be advised. Because in the next show, we will uncover this new, well, it's not really a new author, but he doesn't always write that much for Product Learning, right?
And who is his new author?
Oh, it's
a mystery. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is good.
It's a cliffhanger for next time.
Seeing is believing for me and the audience.
Okay, so let's close up. Go to the website, check out Denny Cherry's article, and we see you in the next episode.
See you in the next episode. Cheers, Tony.
Bye-bye.